Sultan Mehmed II was a very important ruler. He was an Ottoman sultan. He lived many years ago. He became famous for something very big. He conquered the great city of Constantinople. This city was very old and very strong. Many rulers before him had tried to take it, but they could not. Sultan Mehmed was young when he did this. He was only 21 years old. This great event changed history. It marked a new age for the Ottoman Empire. After the conquest, Constantinople got a new name. It became Istanbul. Sultan Mehmed wanted Istanbul to be the best city in the world. He worked very hard to make it beautiful and grand. He built many new buildings. Mosques, schools, and markets rose up. He invited people from all over to come and live there. Scholars, artists, and merchants came. They helped make Istanbul a rich and lively city. Sultan Mehmed was not just a warrior, he was also a builder and a thinker. Sultan Mehmed was known for his strong leadership. He was clever and determined. He had a vision for his empire. He wanted it to be powerful and respected. He also cared about his people. He understood that a ruler needed their support. He often wanted to see how ordinary people lived their lives. He believed it was important to know their joys and their worries. This understanding helped him rule wisely. His people knew he was interested in them. This desire to connect with his subjects was a key part of his rule. He did not always stay hidden in his palace. Sometimes, he would go out among the people. He might wear simple clothes. This way, he could see things as they really were. He could hear what people truly thought. These walks were important for him. They helped him feel the pulse of his city. They showed his people that their sultan was accessible. He was not distant, but one who walked their streets. One day, Sultan Mehmed decided to visit the marketplace. The marketplace in Istanbul was a very busy place. It was often called the Grand Bazaar, or a similar large trading area. It was like the heart of the city. So many people went there every day. They went to buy things, they went to sell things, they went to meet friends. The air was full of sounds. Merchants shouted out their goods. People talked and laughed. Donkeys brayed as they carried heavy loads. The marketplace was a colorful place too. You could see bright fabrics from faraway lands, silks from Persia, and cotton from India. Spices filled the air with wonderful smells. Cinnamon, cloves, and pepper came in big sacks. Potters sold beautiful clay pots and tiles. Metalworkers showed off shiny copper trays and lamps. Jewelers displayed sparkling rings and necklaces. It was a feast for the eyes. Everything you could imagine was sold there. It was a place of great energy. Many different kinds of people filled the marketplace. There were Turks, Greeks, Armenians, and Jews. People came from Europe, Asia, and Africa. They spoke many different languages. They wore different kinds of clothes. This showed how Istanbul was a city for everyone. Sultan Mehmed had wanted this. He made the city a safe place for people of all backgrounds. The marketplace was a perfect example of this diversity. It was a melting pot of cultures. The merchants in the bazaar were skilled. They knew how to talk to customers. They would offer sweet tea. They would bargain over prices. This was all part of the fun of the market. People did not just buy what they needed. They enjoyed the experience. They learned news from other lands. They heard stories. The marketplace was more than just shops. It was a community. It was where the city came alive each day, full of life and activity for everyone to witness. On this particular morning, Sultan Mehmed arrived at the bazaar. He was not dressed in his royal robes. He wore simpler clothes, like a wealthy merchant perhaps. He did not want a big fuss. He wanted to see the real market. He wanted to see how people acted when they did not know the Sultan was watching. He walked slowly through the crowded lanes. He looked at the stalls. He listened to the conversations. He observed everything with keen eyes. His mind was always working, always learning. He stopped at a stall selling fine textiles. The merchant was busy with another customer. Sultan Mehmed waited patiently. He examined the quality of the cloth. He felt the texture. When the merchant turned to him, he asked some questions. He asked about where the cloth came from. He asked about the price. He spoke kindly and quietly. The merchant did not recognize him at first. He treated him like any other customer. This was exactly what the Sultan wanted. He wanted genuine interaction. As he moved through the market, he saw many things. He saw a baker selling fresh bread. The smell was warm and inviting. He saw children running and playing. He saw old men sitting and drinking tea. He noticed the prices of goods. He paid attention to whether things seemed fair. He was not just looking, he was gathering information. This information would help him make good decisions for his city and his empire. He felt the energy of his people. Sometimes a sharp-eyed person would look closely at him. Perhaps they saw something familiar in his eyes, or in the way he carried himself. A whisper might start. Could it be him? People might murmur. But the Sultan continued his walk calmly. He smiled gently at those who caught his eye. He wanted to be among his people, not above them in that moment. He bought a small item here and there. He paid the price, asked, engaging in polite conversation with the sellers. Slowly, more and more people began to realize the tall, dignified man was not just any visitor. It was Sultan Mehmet himself. A ripple of excitement went through the bazaar. People stopped their bargaining. They turned to look. There was no fear in their eyes. Instead, there was surprise and then warmth. They felt happy to see their Sultan walking among them. It was a special day for everyone in the marketplace. Their great leader was here. Soon, respectful greetings could be heard. "Long live our Sultan," some would call out, others would bow their heads slightly. They made way for him, but they also pressed closer, wanting to see him. Their faces showed admiration and affection. They knew he was the conqueror. They knew he was making Istanbul a great city. Seeing him there, in their market, made them feel connected to him. It showed he cared about their daily lives, not just about big battles or palaces. Sultan Mehmet acknowledged their greetings. He would nod his head or offer a kind word. He did not rush away. He continued his walk, now openly recognized. The atmosphere in the bazaar changed. It was still busy, but now there was an added layer of joy and respect. The merchants felt honored that the Sultan visited their stalls. The common people felt proud that their ruler was so close. This was not a distant king, but a leader who shared their space. This visit to the marketplace was very important. It was more than just a walk for Sultan Mehmet. It was a way to build trust. It showed his people that he was one of them. It strengthened the bond between the ruler and his subjects. This bond was vital for the Ottoman Empire. When people loved and respected their Sultan, the empire was strong. Sultan Mehmet understood this very well. His visits, like this one to the lively bazaar, helped him become known not just as the conqueror but as a cherished protector of his people.